Hey guys, today I want to talk about what you're going to need in your new apartment or a new home for that matter. Lately we've been helping a lot of people get situated. Some of these people, we helped them in advance. We went out and bought all the stuff for them that they needed for their apartments, such as Kenny's and Nathan's. We have other people coming over here. Some of the people want to buy all the stuff themselves, which is fine. It actually makes my life a lot easier, but we do that. I just ask people to pay my girlfriend and she'll facilitate everything you need in your apartment so you're all ready. She'll call you up, usually in the middle of the night, because we're on different time here and you got to kind of work with us. And she'll show you the colors on the sofa. Do you want this sofa? Do you want this sofa? Do you want an expensive sofa? You want a cheap sofa? Are you going to be there long? These are the questions we ask. When a lot of you guys come over here, some of you aren't sure whether you will be living here long term in this area or not. So you don't want to spend too much money. You're probably better off getting a furnished apartment. But don't expect too much from a furnished apartment. It's not going to be what you think. It's going to have just the basics. That's it. Anything else over and above that, you're going to pay more for rent unless you buy it yourself. In most cases, you're better off buying it yourself. But if your plan is to stay in that area and you know it's a decent area, maybe your girlfriend wants you to stay in that area, start planning. Getting that place ready. I mean, look at Expat Kenny. Expat Kenny is really a true success story here. And Nathan is also, and as is Paul, and there's a few other ones out there, Darren. A lot of those people are expat success stories in that they were prepped, they were ready, they got everything ready. That's what you need to do, is always be ready. But here's what you're gonna need, okay? You're gonna need sofas, furniture, tables. A lot of the stuff we already have built-in things, people to go to. Air conditioning guy, Romnick. We talk about this stuff constantly. You're gonna need cooking utensils, microwaves, possibly a propane stove. You're gonna need a place to cook, maybe a table or whatever. Probably a kitchen table, a bed with drawers underneath for storage, so you can have lots of storage there. You might want cabinets in the place to make the place look good and have all your storage up above so you can walk down below if you're in a tinier apartment. It's okay to be in a tiny apartment. And I want people to reconsider the tiny apartment thing, because most of the time, you're not in your house. When you are, what are you doing? Either you're sleeping, you're on your computer, or you're watching TV. Some people like having the extra space around. It's more space to air condition over here. When you have a wider, bigger space, your air conditioning bill is going to go way, way up. So you want to consider that. But also, when you're buying things, make sure it's what you want, and you have to think about how long you're going to stay there. Do I really want to spend this money on this item, and how long am I staying there? Will I get my money's worth out of it? If your answer is no, then try to live just off like whatever you need, the basics. Because if you're staying there 2 years or more, you know what? Usually you'll get your money's worth out of that item, probably. You know how things work. Most things don't last that long. If you want to move into a place and you know you're not going to stay that long, the place needs an air conditioner, get a cheap air conditioner. You might not need the biggest one out there. You might not need the split type. You might be able to do a window type. Maybe they can put it in one of the windows in the place or whatever. And it might not look fancy there, or it might not look decent there, but hey, you got an air conditioner, you're cool, you're able to sleep at night, and your apartment's comfortable during the day. And that's all you basically need. But what I want to talk about is this. When you get ready to get these places, always think about the rentals, as in, if you talk to a landlord, most landlords want at least a 3 to 6 month lease. Some of them are going to ask for a little bit money up ahead, maybe 2 months or something like that. Some of them want more. Maybe they'll haggle with you about the price, but they want 3 months up in advance because they want to fix up the apartment next to you or something like that. They want the money to make more money. And that's smart on their part. And it might be smart on your part too, because you know what? Because it might save you $20 to $40 on your rental by making a deal to pay in advance. Now, some people say that's not something you want to do, is pay in advance. Well, if it's a person that you know or trust or whatever, it's okay. see many problems with rentals like this. Okay, when you do a deal in advance, as long as it's all put on your lease, and you have a receipt for it. Yesterday, just to let you guys know, I paid a year in advance, and I've done this before. I've paid a year in advance. I don't worry about it. It's not something that bothers me because I've done it before. It's $800 it was about $880 or something like that, I think it was, that I paid in advance. So I mean, how can I go wrong on that? I can't. Was it 880? Something like that. 880, I think it was. But that's a deal. It's a deal for me. I'm very happy with that. I'm happy that I'm all paid up for the year, and all that money each month, I still act like I'm paying rent, and I put it in a separate account. I save for that. So next year, you know what? I can pay a year in advance again. It helps me. Now, can everybody do that? No. Some people are in different budgets. But that could be part of your startup fund. Okay, when you get over here, always be a year in advance. Because that way there, God forbid something happens in the future and you're short money on your budget, then you don't have to pay that year in advance. You can just start paying monthly, just monthly, and that'll give you a little bit of extra money because you have all that money saved in advance all the time, and you can go revert back to that, and it's kind of like a nice thing too. So that'll give you 12 months of rent money that you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay the rent with. You can use it as emergency money or what have you. It's just a thought. So it kind of gives you other options. Leave yourself these other options, and that way you're better off. Okay? And I'm sure you guys get what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, when you pay a year in advance and you start saving for that next year's in advance, God forbid something happens, you can borrow from that money, and a year later, when it comes time to pay rent, just pay monthly. So that gives you an extra $60, $80, $100 in your pocket each month for that whole year. That'll help you out if you need it. Anyway, guys, I want to touch on that, what you need, and talk a little bit about the rents. Make sure you have that startup fund. Make sure you have that some rent money, rent fund, to get you started. Make sure you have that emergency fund, whatever it may be. We have a lot of new guys coming here. Don't come over here as a Cheap Charlie. Cheap Charlie's not here anymore because Cheap Charlie didn't prepare. Don't be that guy. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care.